Hello students, I am Dimple Parikh, your science teacher. Today we will discuss the second part of chapter 1 of class 7th. Okay, first part I have already uploaded. If you didn't see, then check playlist of 7th class. So let's start today's class. Okay, so topic to be covered in this lesson are mode of nutrition in plants, photosynthesis, other modes of nutrition in plants, saprotrophs, and symbiosis. These topics we will cover in this lesson. So mode of nutrition and photosynthesis and some points I have covered in part 1. Okay, but that will not so explanatory, so I will remind you all things. That first of all, if we are studying nutrition in plants, so first of all we should know that all living organisms require food. You know that you have learned in 6th class that why we require food, why do we need food. Okay, so because of we get energy because of food, so we require food. Okay, but plants can synthesize their food on their own, but animals cannot. Even human being also cannot synthesize their food. Okay, but plants can synthesize their food on their own. Okay, but all the animals and human beings are dependent directly or indirectly to the plants for food. Got it? Because plants can synthesize their food and animals cannot, so animals and human beings all are dependent on the plants for food. So clear? After that, first question arises in our mind that what is the nutrition? Exactly, what is the nutrition? Okay, so how we are taking food, what is the mode we are using, that is called mode of taking food. Nutrition is nothing but it is only mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body, how they utilize. And so what is the nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food. You can say mode of taking food, mode of taking food and its utilization by the body, that is called nutrition. Got it? After that, types of nutrition, we will come to this point, that types of nutrition. How many types of nutrition are there? 2 types of nutrition. First is autotrophic nutrition and the second one is heterotrophic nutrition. So go to this word. First is auto. Okay, you can check this auto and trophic. What is the mean of auto? What is the mean of word this auto? Auto means self. Auto means self and tropic means nourishment. Okay, which can prepare their food on their own, which can prepare their food themselves from simple substances, that is called autotrophic nutrition. Okay, and now come to the word hetero. The word is now hetero. Okay, what's the meaning of this? Hetero means, what is the meaning of hetero? Hetero means others. Okay, so this meaning others, it means they are depend for food on others because they cannot make their food on their own. Just like you can take the example here, plants can make their food, and heterotrophic animals which cannot prepare their food on their own. They are depend on plants for food. Exactly. Now how the plants are making food, how it is possible? Okay, so plants, and which part of plant exactly are making food? Stem, leaves, roots, which part? Which part you can tell that these are the food factories of plant, where the food factories of plant exactly located? So we will tell that the leaf part of plant is the food factory of the plant, leaf part. Okay, why? We will discuss this later. And first we will come to the point photosynthesis. That is, what is the process? This is the food making process in plants. What is photosynthesis? Food making process in plants, that is called photosynthesis. Now you can take this word. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine and to make something. Okay, because of light, if we are making something, that is called photosynthesis. So in plants, actually what happened, they absorb sunlight and make their food on their own. So this process is called photosynthesis. Okay, first show this picture. In picture you can see that what raw material is need, what raw material the plants need for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so first of all, water. First of all is water. Okay, so water, where the water present? In soil. And who absorb the water? Roots. These are roots, and roots absorb the water and it transport to the leaves. It transport to the leaves by vessels. By vessels. And what are the vessels? Nothing but vessels are just pipe like structure that can transport water from roots to the leaf. That are vessels. Now next raw material is carbon dioxide. What is carbon dioxide? CO2. What is carbon dioxide? This is a gas, okay, which is present in the air. So leaf, what they do? Leaf absorb the carbon dioxide from the air through stomata. One word here comes, stomata. What are the stomata? Stomatas are tiny pores which present in the leaves. Okay, got it? And they are surrounded by guard cells. Okay, so stomatas are tiny pores which are present in the leaves and they can exchange of gases. Okay, so carbon dioxide is come through the stomatas in the plants. After that, sunlight. This is the most important thing in process of photosynthesis. Sunlight, most important. And sunlight is absorbed by the plants by a green pigment, that is called chlorophyll. First I will erase all things, I will tell you. Okay, so green pigment, that is called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which is present in the leaves. Okay, so it can capture the sunlight, and can use for the plants in the process of photosynthesis. So after the process of photosynthesis, what they can make sugar, which you can say carbohydrate, which are sugar, and it release oxygen also. Most important thing in process of photosynthesis, oxygen gas is released. Okay, so if there is no photosynthesis reaction, then how can we get the oxygen? Okay, so which is the most important gas for us. So this is the reaction. You can check this reaction. CO2 means carbon dioxide. Carbon, which raw material we need in photosynthesis? First carbon dioxide, second water. Okay, so carbon dioxide and water combines, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it can make carbohydrate or sugar, you can say. Okay, and release oxygen gas. This is most important thing. So suppose that if there is no photosynthesis, how you can get oxygen? And in the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible on the earth, because if there are no photosynthesis, there is no oxygen in environment, and in absence of oxygen, how you can breathe, how you can respirate? Okay, so this is the most important thing, and photosynthesis reaction is very important reaction on the earth. Got it, right? After that, one question come in our mind, that some plants do not have chlorophyll. You know that all the plants are not green. Some plants have other color also. It means they do not have any chlorophyll, because if they have chlorophyll, they should be of green color. But you can see in this picture also, okay, that there is a cuscuta plant. This is a which plant? Cuscuta plant is present. Okay, so this is not have chlorophyll. if they don't have any chlorophyll, then how can they do photosynthesis? It means they cannot make their food on their own. So how do they survive? You can see in this picture also. This is Cuscuta plants. Okay, such plants depend on the for food produced for other plants. It means they are using any heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so you can see here a yellow wiry branched structure twinning around the stem and branches. This plant is called Cuscuta plant. Okay, it doesn't have any chlorophyll, so it takes ready-made food. Wait, it takes ready-made food for food from the plants on which it's climbing. You can see here that any that this is a green plant and is yellow wiry branch structure is present here. Okay, it's Cuscuta plants. Got it? So this green plants is called host, on which it is climbing, that is called host, and this is called parasite. What this called? Parasite. Okay, because it is parasite is depend on host for the food. So Cuscuta plant is called parasite, and it use heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Why? Because it doesn't have any chlorophyll. Got it? So after that, one question is also arise in our mind that yes, okay, have you seen or heard of plant that can eat animals? That can, oh, I forgot to here write eat word. Got it? That can eat animals. Okay, so you can see here a image. Okay, there are few plants which can trap insects and can digest them. It's so scary, but it's true. Okay, so look this figure. This is a pitcher like or jug like structure present. Wait, this is the pitcher like structure, this part, and this part is lid part, lid part. Okay, what is this? This is actually a modified part of the leaf. This is a modified part of the leaf. Okay, and the apex part of the leaf forms a lid which can open and close. Okay, when any insect lands or come in this picture, this lid closes and trapped insect. And after that, what happened? So there are so many hair like structure present in this picture. Okay, so what happened, that insect is get stuck in these hairs, and the lid is closed, and after that it can the plant can digest that insect by digestive juices which is secreted in this picture. Okay, so such insect eating plants are also present, and that are called actually insectivorous plants. That is called insectivorous plant. Okay, so these are the other modes of nutrition, the plants which don't have any chlorophyll. So how they use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, these are this topic. Only two topics are left: saprotrophs and symbiosis. Which topic we will cover in the next part, means part 3. Okay, that will be last part. After that we will discuss all the question answer, and your chapter will be finished. So if you have any doubt regarding this chapter, regarding these points, you can ask me, and you can comment below below this video. Okay, and subscribe this channel for more videos. Got it? And we have covered all the topics. 2 topics we will cover in the next video. So keep studying. Bye bye.